Tonight, on Closer Look, a Barrie mom who drowned both of her daughters is getting more escorted prison absences. And the parole board says Elaine Goodine poses no undue risk to society. Barrie Today reporter Kevin Lamb has been doing some great reporting on this story and joins us tonight from Barrie. Kevin, before we talk about the escorted temporary absence passes that Goodine has been applying for and getting, I'm wondering if you can take us back to 2006 and what happened in the Coulter Street apartment in the city's North End.
Well, Goodine, she's now 49 years old. She's serving a life sentence for 2 counts of first-degree murder with no chance of parole for 25 years. She drowned her 2 young daughters, sadly, a 19-month-old Sophia and 3-year-old Serena, in the bathtub of her Coulter Street apartment in the North End of Barrie. Goodine had been involved in a custody dispute with her ex-husband at the time, and according to the board's review of the facts, Goodine contacted police admitting to the murders, and then she attempted suicide. Police determined that she drowned the victims in the bathtub of her home before dressing them and placing them in her bed. Police also found video recordings in which she addressed her estranged husband, showing the victims in the bathtub 2 days earlier, later describing them as being in heaven, and blamed her failed suicide attempt on him. Police found the girls lying on their mother's bed, holding hands with a rosary and a photo album between them.
Kevin, what do we know about Goodine's time in prison? How were her days spent, and what kind of prisoner was she?
She hasn't had any incidents noted on her record in the parole board report. While in custody, she has not engaged in any violent behavior. She has been compliant with her mental health and medication and her treatment regime. She's been classified as a minimum security offender since September 2015 and continues to reside in a minimum security unit. The review indicates her accountability and motivation levels are high, while her reintegration potential is classified as medium, but she won't be released for a long time, though.
All right, let's talk about these ETAs, or escorted temporary access passes. What are they, and how do they work?
Well, she'll be out in the public, sometimes, most of the times with a 5-hour window. She'll have an escort with her at all times. It's part of a plan of beginning reintegration into society. She'll be visiting places like a church, which she's been going to on previous ETAs. In the past, that also included a library, but it wasn't specified this time. Locations on the rest of them have been blocked out on the parole board document.
Kevin, over an 18-month period, she's applied for and received over 300 ETAs. She's been out of prison more than she's been in. What factors or arguments were presented by the parole board to justify the decision to extend Goodine's ETA passes, and how do they weigh public safety against her rehabilitation progress?
She's been involved in a number of programs inside prison. The Women Offender Self-Management Program is one of them. She conducted in 2018. The final report from that indicates she actively participated in the program and interacted appropriately with the program's facilitator and the other participants. She was able to quickly comprehend the skills and recognize the relevance of the material to her life, the report said. They felt she could benefit from participating again in the community in order to apply these skills that she's learned.
I'm assuming that she's had numerous psychological assessments. Can you speak to maybe what the results have been?
She's participated in psychological counseling throughout her incarceration. She's appeared to be doing well for several years now. However, in June of 2022, her mental health deteriorated and she was placed on suicide watch for 4 days. It doesn't go into any more detail than that, and that was the only incident that I saw.
Kevin, this is such a sad, tragic story. Has there been any reaction from the victims' family members or the Barrie community to this decision? And if so, how has the parole board addressed those concerns?
I haven't seen a whole lot, but filed in 2018 as part of the parole board's reviews and decisions. The victim's family is not in support of an ETA of any kind and does not wish her to be near their geographic area, and her ETAs comply with that.
Is this common, Kevin, that an individual convicted of first-degree murder would receive ETAs? And is this a bit of a shift in parole policies where violent offenders are concerned?
I'm not sure that it's part of any new kind of shift that I can tell. It's part of a long-term initiative for her to re-enter society at some point in her life, if that happens. But like I said before, with 25 years she's facing, it's a long way down the road.
Barrie Today reporter Kevin Lamb on tonight's Closer Look.